What better way to spend Thanksgiving? Yeah. Happy birthday, dear mom. I am so tired. I'm so tired, guys. I am exhausted. This is the life I chose. This is probably the most burnt out I have felt in residency so far. Welcome back, vlog. It's Monday. It's the start of another week in the ICU. I'm still pretty tired from last week, but we gotta keep pushing. This is the fit check of the day. Going with the Janu today instead of the hospital scrubs. Hey, sleepyhead. Hello, baby cow. Let's go to work. Wow, look at that sunrise. Cue the anthem. Sorry guys, that is probably going to be the intro song for the next few vlogs because that really is the vibe of this rotation. So I'm back at the hospital now. You guys might be thinking, Sean, you must feel so well rested since you got the day off yesterday. No, I don't. I don't feel well rested. No one could ever gaslight me into believing that one day off is enough to feel refreshed. It's just not possible. It's not. And it's not like you get to do a bunch with that day off. Like, you pretty much have to catch up on chores. I had to study, and then you have to get ready to go back to work the next day. No one could convince me that that's enough. Anyway, that's my rant for the morning. The goal this week is just to be better than last week, and hopefully I get through it smoothly and in one piece. All right, I gotta go inside for sign out with the night team, so I'll catch you guys probably after I get done with my day. Let's get it. Take pictures of it every single time. Halfway through the day, we're pushing through. All right, I'm done for the day. Honestly, not a bad first day to start off the week. Everything was pretty chill. Our patients were chill. We had a relatively lower census compared to last week. I didn't realize how hectic last week was because it was my first week in the ICU, so I had nothing to compare it to. But today was so relatively chill that I'm looking back at last week and thinking, wow, we were doing a lot last week. Like, it was insane last week. And even one of my co-residents who's done this rotation before said last week was like particularly difficult. So if things are more like today going forward, then I think I'll survive. I think so. But that's the thing with ICU. Like I talked about last week, some days are going to be insane. Some days are going to be more stable. You can't predict it. You can be chilling 1 second with a stable patient list and then an hour later be taking a bunch of admits, upgrades, coding people. It can be insane. But the big thing with residency is to take the wins when you can get them. So I'm definitely going to just soak it in for the day. Anyways, time to go home, do some studying. I'm starting to get stressed about step 3. So I'm going to try to get some practice questions done. So I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay guys, so if there's anything that residency has taught me, it's how important it is to never stop learning. Whether it's improving my clinical skills or managing my life outside the hospital, there's always room to grow. And growing is something that all of us can be doing. And that's why I'm excited to tell you guys about the sponsor of this week's vlog, Skillshare. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, then you know I've been talking about Skillshare since I was a medical student. Skillshare is an incredible online learning community with thousands of classes taught by industry experts. Whether you want to boost your productivity, explore a creative passion, or level up a skill, Skillshare has you covered. For me, I've been trying to get my life a little bit more organized between residency and YouTube. I used Notion back when I was a medical student, but never to its full capacity. However, Ali Abdul's Notion Masterclass on Skillshare has been an absolute game changer. It's packed with practical tips for keeping everything organized and running smoothly. Honestly, it's been helping me stay on top of things without feeling overwhelmed. And it's not just about productivity. Skillshare offers classes in entrepreneurship, graphic design, video editing, photography, you name it. The best part is that the lessons are stackable, so you can go at your own pace, whether you have a free afternoon or just 15 minutes during your lunch. If any of you guys have been trying to pick up a new skill, well, now's the time. The first 500 people to click the link in my description or scan the QR code here on the screen will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. That is plenty of time to jump into one of the learning pathways and get started on your new skill. So go ahead, join the community, and let's see what you can create. Thank you so much again to Skillshare for sponsoring this week's vlog. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Morning, Chewy. And of course, Chip is already going for the food. Chip, we really gotta go on a diet, buddy. Chewy doesn't want me to leave. All right, let's go. Oh my goodness, it actually rained in Vegas. I actually love when it rains here in Las Vegas because obviously it's a desert and doesn't rain that much, but now I need to wash my car, which I don't have time to do because I'm in the ICU all day. That is such a privileged problem. I'm just gonna stop. If that is the biggest problem I have right now, then life is not that bad. All right, let's go to work. Look at the rainbow, you guys. That's how you can tell that I'm from Las Vegas, because stuff like that I find so cool. Even though if you live in a rainy place, I'm sure you see rainbows all the time. All right, now we definitely got to get to work. All right, we're back at the hospital, about to head in for a sign out. I'm actually kind of feeling it this morning. I don't know if it's like the rainy vibes or if I'm actually just like really tired, but I stayed up kind of late last night. I did like 80 practice questions just out of pure anxiety for step 3. And now I'm like really tired this morning. I have like a headache behind my left eye. It's all bad, guys. It's all bad. Hopefully today goes by smoothly. Didn't even realize I put my Vans on this morning instead of my running shoes, which I normally wear to the hospital. Please don't be a bad omen for the day. All right, guys, I am back in my car. I really hate this style of vlogging. I hate that it's going from me getting out of my car, going into work, and then cutting right to me being done with work. It's just so hard when I have like a certain standard for my vlogs and the way that I show you guys this experience. But there's nothing I can do about it, so hopefully you guys are okay with this. Anyway, today was definitely more of an ICU kind of day. Literally from the moment we started the day, just hectic stuff going on. There were codes, there were patients that had come into the ER that had to go straight to the ICU. Just a lot going on, but overall, not terrible. A lot busier than yesterday, but still actually not as bad as last week, I would say. Anyway, I'm pretty tired, but I'm gonna head home now and eat and do some studying. Good morning, guys. I'm so tired. These early mornings are starting to add up. I am so tired. Oh well, we have to get ready for work. All right, we're back at the hospital. I gotta lie, guys, I am starting to definitely feel the effects of just this constant loop of just coming into work, being here all day, coming out, sun's gone, nighttime, home, eat, study, sleep, back again. It's starting to get pretty repetitive. I like what we're doing in the ICU, don't get me wrong. You can like what you're doing and still be exhausted by it. Those two things can happen at the same time, and I'm starting to feel it. It's tough. I don't know if it's just because of the lack of sunlight. All right, that was my morning vent. I'm gonna head inside and meet the team for sign out. See you guys again when it's probably dark outside. That's clutch.
Dang it. I knew. I could have.
All right, guys, it's the middle of the day, about 2:30 in the afternoon. I just wanted to quickly run out to my car so I can move it out of one of these charging spots so I'm not hogging it all day. Honestly, today is dragging. I am exhausted. I don't know why. I'm just like feeling so tired. Like my day's been smooth. Things have been stable for the most part, knock on wood. But man, I'm just feeling it. Like I came outside to, move my car really quick, and like I was just like looking up at like the sky, because the sun is out, which I've not spent a lot of time over the past week and a half, outside with the sun. And I think I'm definitely realizing that I am definitely one of those people that does a lot better when they get a good amount of sunlight, a good amount of outdoor time. I'm feeling it. I'm kind of dreading going back into the hospital and just being back in the artificial lighting and slight chilliness that all hospitals have. Again, I don't hate this. I actually really like what we're doing. I love the medicine that goes on in ICU. But man, I could use some more outdoor time. I really like being outside. Also, I think having step 3 is really starting to like weigh on my shoulders, and it's making it hard to fully appreciate what I could be learning in the ICU, like having to take care of the patients, learn as much as I can as a resident, and then also having to, you know, think about prepping for step 3. It's kind of sucking the fun out of the rotation a little bit because, again, I just have this other thing that's like looming over me. Anyway, that was the vent session. I really don't want to be away from the hospital for much more than a couple minutes, so I'm gonna go run back inside, but I'll see you guys later tonight. Yeah. All right, that's it. Content, baby. Oh gosh, I'm so tired, guys. I was like crashing towards the end of the day. Overall, it was pretty chill as far as, you know, working goes. The last, I would say, like 3 or 4 hours were busy. We just got like a bunch of ICU admits and upgrades, and so we were pretty busy for the last few hours, but nothing we couldn't handle. But I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I'm feeling it. I'm kind of in my head about it too. I have to go home and do a little bit of editing for this vlog, for the sponsor of this week's vlog. And then I also need to get some practice questions done because I need to do practice questions every day. And it's like 7:30, which means I'm gonna go home and essentially still work for the next few hours until my eyes give out and I'm forced to go to bed, and then wake up tomorrow and do it all over again. I don't know if I'm made for these hours. No, I am made for these hours. I'm being dramatic, actually. I am made for these hours. I've done this throughout all of med school. I've done long rotations in residency. It's just, it adds up. And I'm self-aware of it. Like, I know it's adding up, and I know it sucks, but I also know it sucks for now. And this will all be over in a few weeks. So, today just felt like one of those days, man. Just one of those days that I just felt like I was more tired. I just felt like venting, so I'll stop complaining. I'm gonna go home, get the work done, because like I always say, this is the life I chose. I am the reason I'm here. All right, I'm just being dramatic, but for real, I am gonna go home and get work done, so I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, happy Thursday, and also happy Thanksgiving. I am spending this holiday here at the hospital in the ICU, which I can't complain too much about. Like, this is all I wanted for years, right? Like, how can I complain about having to spend the holidays here? But I feel like it's still fair, you know, to wish that you were able to spend your holidays out, you know, home with your friends and family rather than working. My family that I live with was actually not really planning on doing Thanksgiving this year anyway, mainly because it's just me and my brother and my mom, but also mainly because it's actually my mom's birthday today. So I'm missing out on Thanksgiving, which we would have missed out on probably anyway, but I'm also missing out on my mom's birthday, which kind of sucks because this is the last year I'm going to be in Las Vegas for the foreseeable future. So it would have been cool to spend, you know, at least a full day with her and my brother and celebrating her birthday. I think we're planning on going out for dinner after I get off work, but it still kind of sucks that your family has to wait on you to celebrate one of them. You know what I mean? Like, they're revolving the plans around you and you're gonna feel bad for it, which I do. I really do. And I guess this is an example of how you working in healthcare can affect like other people's lives and plans and kind of trickle off from just your life, you know? I know it's not that big of a deal. It's probably not, but obviously I'm gonna wish that I could just be spending the day, especially today, with family rather than inside the hospital walls. But I'm so grateful to be here. Don't get me wrong. You can be grateful to be working in the field that you wanted to work in for many years, but also wish you were doing other things at the same time, right? Like you can have both of those thoughts. Anyway, that's enough yapping. Happy Thanksgiving. Again, I'm very thankful for all of you joining me in this journey and just supporting the channel along the way. It's been incredible. So yeah, very thankful for you guys. And I hope all of you guys get to spend today with your loved ones. Okay, I need to meet the night team for a sign out, so I'll catch you guys later on. Jackie, put your drink in. Nice. Oh my goodness, such a long day. We're finally out. What better way to spend Thanksgiving? I'm just kidding. It was fine. It was not that bad. It actually got really busy at the end. I didn't really have a lot of downtime. Actually, I was like pretty much on my feet the entire time, which was kind of nutty. I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna go meet my mom and my brother for my mom's birthday dinner. Happy birthday, dear mom. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo! Happy Friday. Thank goodness we were at the end of the week. Last night was actually nice. I drove all the way downtown and had dinner with my mom and my brother, like I said, for my mom's birthday. I didn't really get into bed until like 10:30, 11 o'clock though, so pretty tired this morning. But for stuff like that, I think it's worth missing out on an extra half hour of sleep, but I'm not gonna pretend I'm not tired. Anyway, I'm gonna head into the hospital for sign out with the night team and hope that today is a smooth, good day. I'll catch up with you guys later. Yo, low key, I kinda am. All right, I am done with the day and also done with my week. Today was actually pretty good. It was pretty busy, I would say, but it wasn't like a stressful busy. Like there was a lot I had to do, you know, talking to families, seeing my patients, admits. I actually downgraded 3 of my patients, which basically means that I took them out of the ICU to a less intensive level of care, which is a good sign, right? If patients get downgraded out of the ICU, that means that whatever they were in the ICU for is no longer a urgent threat. So that was really good, and honestly just the overall vibes were pretty good. I've got a great resident team. We have a good medical student. The attending is super fun. The entire ICU staff, honestly, just really fun, nice people. So even when things are kind of stressful, it's enjoyable to be around those people. Your environment for sure plays a big part in the quality of life you have when you're at work. You know, even the most stressful task or the least fun thing can be better if you're surrounded by good people. So really enjoyable day. I think I'm gonna wait to reflect on this week tomorrow, mainly because it's already 7:30. I want to go home, get some more practice questions in, start editing this vlog. Kind of sucks, even though this is like my night off, I'm still gonna be working, but at least I don't have to come in tomorrow. So that's always nice. Anyway, I'll chat with you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, so it is Saturday morning. It's about time for the end of the vlog weekly reflection. I had started filming it like inside my house, and it felt kind of weird because pretty much every single vlog I reflect in my car. Like I just sit in my car, whether it's like after my last shift of the week or whatever it is, it's usually in my car. So I started filming and I was like, this feels kind of weird to be sitting like in my house, like in my room or something. So I'm literally sitting outside my house in my car. Anyway, like I said, it's Saturday morning. It's my day off of the week, which is incredible. Felt good to not have to worry about coming in this morning. I didn't really get to sleep in at all because my brother woke me up at like 8 o'clock to help him move a giant grill up to our balcony because we're actually hosting a little Friendsgiving this afternoon. Anyway, reflecting on this week, it wasn't a terrible week. It was pretty good. Monday was probably the most chill day, and I think it set like a false expectation for the rest of the week because honestly, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday were pretty rough days. I felt exhausted every single one of those days. I'm sure you guys could tell I was getting tired. And then Friday, yesterday, it was long. There was a lot going on. There was a lot to do. It wasn't as bad as the middle of the week, but still a long day. And honestly, it's just a really exhausting week. Like last week was pretty tough. This week was also pretty exhausting. And I think that means the next 2 weeks are going to be pretty rough as well. Honestly, this is probably the most burnt out I have felt in residency so far. It's multifactorial. Obviously, the hours in general are just really long. Like working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week is a lot. That's a lot of hours to be working. I'm coming in when the sun is like just coming up, and every single day that I've left, the sun is down. And I didn't realize how much that affects me. Maybe because this past year I've been really spending a lot of time outside and doing stuff, but I've like been missing the sun. Like this morning I was outside picking up dog poop in my backyard, and it was kind of therapeutic because I was just like feeling the warm sun beating down. I was happy to be outside. I was literally shoveling poop, but like I didn't mind being outside because the sun felt so good. And I feel like that's so sad that like I really enjoyed it. I really like what we do in the ICU. I really do. But you can like something and still be affected negatively by the daily routine of it. There's also a huge confounder here, and that is I've been having to study for step 3 alongside doing this really time-intensive rotation. If I wasn't having to study for step 3, I would come home by like 8 o'clock every night, and I could do things like take my dogs to the park, go for an evening run, play video games with my friends, go to the gym, edit these vlogs, catch up on chores, whatever it is. But I can't because I have to come home and muster up whatever energy I have left over to study. And that's tough. That's really been hard, and I haven't been getting good quality studying in because I'm exhausted when I get home. And so that's a huge contributing factor to my like kind of poor quality of life right now, my poor social life and like own self-fulfillment outside of work. I'm also very self-aware of the fact that it is temporary. This isn't going to be a forever thing. I just have to push through the suck right now and get this rotation done and get this board exam done. But unfortunately, this is part of residency, right? Like studying for your boards while working and trying to provide good patient care and learn, like that is a part of residency. And it's part of the reason you get burnt out in residency. That's one of the reasons people quit, is because you're not just going to work, coming home. I kind of was last month, if you guys remember, when I was on my endocrinology outpatient rotation. That kind of was my day. I was going to work. It was very much like a 8 to 5 kind of job, and actually I even had like 2 half days a week, so it was even less work than that. So I really went from like this side of the work-life balance spectrum to this side where my work-life balance just absolutely sucks right now. So I'm definitely looking back fondly on that time, but it's okay. It's temporary. I just need to get through this phase of my life, and I think I'm managing okay. I really do. I'm complaining, I know, but I think I'm okay. I'm fine. I just have to get through it. Anyway, I am going to head back inside so I can help get ready for our Friendsgiving today. But I appreciate you guys, as always, for joining me in another week in residency. It means a lot to have you guys alongside me during these tough times. It definitely helps a lot with my motivation, so I really appreciate you guys. Anyway, thanks so much again for watching, and I will see you guys next week.